Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science from Dr. SNS College of Arts and Science. So today our students going to explain the supervised learning and unsupervised learning, the two important concepts of the field of machine learning. So these techniques are widely used in our daily lives, from recommending movies on streaming platforms like Netflix, Prime, like that. So to detecting the spam emails and even analyze the customer's behavior. So to make this topic easier to understand, I will be using a design thinking approach. There are 5 approaches in there. First is in empathize, define, ideate, prototype and testing. So which is creative and uses a focused way of solving the problems. Instead of directly going into the technical definition, this approach helps us understand the concept step by step by focusing on real world examples and simple explanations. By the end of the presentation, you will clearly understand how machine learn from data in 2 different ways, one with guidance and one without guidance. So, and why both methods are important in solving the real world problems.
For example, if we show images labeled as cat or dog, shows how patterns are identified with the and such as prototype helps transformer abstract concept to experience, making them easier to grasp. Good afternoon, everyone. I am PhD from Facilities. Today I am going to explain about test stage. The test stage involves evaluating whether our explanation and prototype effectively communicate concepts. This can be done by asking simple questions to the audience, such as whether supervised learning uses labeled data or which method is used for finding hidden patterns. The response helps us understand if the explanation was clear and engaging. If the audience can confidently differentiate between supervised and unsupervised learning, it indicates that our approach is successful. If not, we can refine our explanation further. Testing ensures continuous improvement and helps us adapt our teaching method based on feedback.
So the conclusion of this topic is, to conclude, we have seen how supervised learning and unsupervised learning differ based on the type of data used. So the supervised learning works with labeled data and helps in making the predictions, while unsupervised learning works with unlabeled data. So and it helps us discovering the hidden patterns. So by applying the design thinking concept, we were able to break down these concepts into the simpler, relatable ideas that are easy to understand and remember. This method shows us that even complex topics like machine learning can be explained effectively when we focus on clarity and using intelligent system works. In today's world, where data plays a crucial role, understanding these learning method gives us a better